Well, for one, normal people would think, well, if I had a choice to play in the NFL, choice to play in Major League Baseball, it's been like, oh, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to play baseball. Well, there's a thing called hitting a curveball, and there's some other things with how you're going to develop as a baseball player. So you say, okay, well, this is the question. What if you're just a utility infielder compared to being a starting quarterback? Now, which one of those would you rather be? So if he has the ability, and with Lamar Jackson taking over the Baltimore Ravens, that doesn't hurt his case. But for me, the most encouraging thing is all these young coaches that we have, all the influx of college's offense that we've seen come into the NFL in the last several years, that to me gives the nod to I would try the NFL. And that's the only reason why. People in baseball don't know if he's going to be able to hit a curveball, don't know how good he's going to be offensively with his bat in baseball. We know he's had the speed, he has the attributes to be a great defender, but is that enough to pursue a baseball career? If he can be a first rounder, if you can be one of 32 starting quarterbacks in the world, that's an opportunity, man, that I would have to look at.
And do you think he will be? Do you think he could be a first-round pick,
He's a better football player than Lamar Jackson right now. He would have been better off served going against the Chargers than Lamar because he can throw the football better than him.
So I wanted to talk about the baseball side just for a moment because there are no guarantees. We see busts in the first round of the baseball draft more so than almost any other draft. But obviously the A's are not projecting him as a utility infielder. They spent top 10 pick on him, $5+ million.
No, none of the first rounders.
Of course, projected as such, but a lot of them turn into it. For people that don't follow the baseball draft, I just want them to understand he is considered a top prospect and obviously the long-term starting shortstop for the A's. That's what they drafted him to be. But it's also a long process. It's couple 3 years in the minor leagues. It's then 3 years of making $600,000 a year. And then you hit arbitration. You got to wait a long time before you can get a big-time payday other than that signing bonus in Major League Baseball. So I totally encourage him, and I'm glad he's entering his name into the draft. If he goes in the third round, he can say, okay, thanks, no thanks, I'm going to go play baseball. It's not like because he gets drafted, he has to then go to the NFL. My concern with Kyler has been the same all along. I do not think you have to be 6'3" to play quarterback in this league. But I've always believed there is
How tall do you believe you have to be?
I think if you are anything under 5'11", you have to have transcendent talent. And under 5'9", I don't think it's possible. And he is right at that secondary threshold. I'm very curious to see if he goes to the combine, what he measures at. No shoes or with shoes, however they like. Because I think he's 5'8.5", 5'9". He would be the shortest quarterback in the league since Doug Flutie, right?
Now, the reason why I like him more as a thrower than Lamar, because Lamar's taller. He's a few inches taller, but he throws sidearm.
Yeah.
So when you watch how the ball comes out, I might be 5'10", but if I throw over the top, I'm a lot taller than a guy 6'1" is who throws the ball this way. So that's what I'm looking at. And eventually, someone around that height is going to play in the league. Because Drew Brees is
5'11".
Okay.
Yeah. Every time you go by just 1 inch, it seems like, oh, what's that? What's that? Eventually, you get a point of diminishing returns. I want to make this clear. I love that style of play. I think the NFL would be more exciting with more of the college-style quarterbacks. I hope he is a first-round pick. I hope he plays football, and I hope he's successful. Like, I am rooting for him.
Yeah, I'm rooting for it for a different reason. I don't think the college-style quarterbacks will be successful because the ball's in the middle of the field. The defenders are so fast sideline to sideline, they can get to the quarterback more, and more of those guys are going to be getting hurt. And if you play a lot of these guys who are dual threats, you also have to have backups that are like them. So most organizations aren't going to put 2 or 3 quarterbacks the same style. So that's not a style that I believe in the masses is transferable. I believe when guys are very, very special, guys who are very, very elusive, guys who run in the 4-4 range, those are the guys who will be able to pull it off. And there's only going to be a few of them.
Is there concern, do you think, from an NFL team that, okay, we'll spend a draft pick on this guy, but then he may always change his mind and go play baseball?
Yeah, I think if he goes through the pre-draft process, there's going to be a lot of questions about how committed are you? Are you definitely playing football? And he's going to have to answer those questions and decide. I don't know that he knows the answer to those questions.
Do you think an athlete in this day and age can play 2 sports?
I think an athlete can play 2 sports, but also you want to try the football part first. If you're going to try one before the other, because the football can get away from you. We don't know how long the league is going to be going with these young coaches. So we've seen Bo and Deion, they played football first, and then eventually end up playing both.
I think Jenna's asking simultaneously.
Yes.
Okay. But even at quarterback. Okay, I wasn't sure. Even at quarterback, you think it'd be possible for him to be a professional baseball player as well?
What type of training does he got to do in the offseason that's so special about these quarterbacks and what they're doing?
Okay. Wow.
But
I would love to see that. Now that I'm rooting for.
Wait, would you put Kyler in the same category as a Bo Jackson and a Deion Sanders?
Oh no.
So where do you fall on that?
No. Deion just grew hair when you said that. No.
Just making sure. So
Bo was an all-star.
Got it. Okay.
In both.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.